Let's see. I'm on time. Who else is on time with me? I'm on time, guys. During Sunday night football, we got some things to talk about. This might not be a long live. Stephen Miller, what's happening, brother? This probably won't be a long live. Stephen Miller, tell me, audio and visual, do me a favor. Am I good? Julius Wilson, what's happening, bro? Guys, let me know if I'm the audio, the visual. Always got to make sure that's right before we get into these lives, because then I'll just be wasting time. I'm about to change up a few things. We got some things to talk about today. Hey, if you haven't looked at my Instagram, go over and look at my story real quick. I did my own ride today. It was a pretty good ride. Nice turnout. I couldn't ask for much more than what we got. If anybody has been to Florida, if you're not from Florida and been to the Keys, Key Largo is where we went today. It's the tip of the Keys. Nice ride, man. 2 hours for most people, hour and a half for me. And I met some guys that were kind of close already down there. They were like 30 minutes out. JP, my boy Gio in the building. Yeah, man, we had a good ride. If you were there at the ride today, please chime in. Guys, as soon as we get more people in, I'll start. But go ahead and start doing the likes right now. Like these lives, please. Yeah, so we did the Key Largo ride today. I took the Road King out. I kind of thought about taking Bipolar down there, but I did not want to take Bipolar because no windshield on Bipolar right now. So I wasn't going to sit up there and fight that. And I like the way she looks like that, and I didn't want to even touch it. Then I would have had to put my tour pack on and all these other things because I like to kind of pack for when I'm doing a little rides like that. And I feel like the Road King looks so much better with a tour pack on it than the roadglide, to be honest with you. You know. I'll be answering questions, guys. So get your questions in. I'm only gonna do an hour. 9 o'clock is probably the time that I'm gonna get out of here. I don't expect this to be a big live. I am just gonna go over what I have going on. I know it's Sunday night football. I know everybody's watching the game. I know everybody saw the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. Not that that has anything to do with anything, but Mike Tyson, you know, I know he still has the heart for it, but listen, let's let it go. Let's let it go, man. Jake Paul took it easy on you, and I'm glad he did. Behavior on the Road King for these long rides, guys. If you were with me on these rides, you know what I mean. The bike just eats miles, man. It doesn't even care. There's no curve that it's afraid of. It loves the curves. It loves the straightaways. Remember, guys, we got Legend suspension on here, and I kind of tightened up the suspension. And I do a lot of the times when I want to take a long ride. I'm going to tighten up the suspension, but it just makes the ride that much better for me. But that bike's an animal. That bike is an animal. So let's go. Mike Anderson, what's happening? Scott Newton Rides, what's happening? Scott Newton Rides. Do you have a YouTube channel? Guys, if you have a YouTube and you're just starting out, chime in. If there's anything I can do to help you guys out. I know a lot of guys out there are gatekeepers. I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't have a super big channel, but my channel is growing. I'm trying to reach different areas in my channel, but it all seems to come back to performance. So if that's what you guys want me for, you know, just let me know. Hey, I want performance videos from you. So I'll try to add a little bit of everything. Yesterday I dropped a video about tour packs. If you have or plan on getting a tour pack, go check that video out. It's kind of informative. It's straight to the point, what you need to know, what to expect, those type of things. But, you know, don't buy the wrong tour pack. That's basically what that video was. Don't get caught in the looks of a tour pack, man. A tour pack is for storage. It's for the comfort for your passenger. It's not always going to be aesthetically pleasing, but buy the one that is going to work for you. There's no point in buying a Razor tour pack if you're not just going to rock it every day. That's what they're for. They're here to rock every day. But go check that video out, and I explain more. And if you got questions, if you watch the video, go ahead and chime in now. Don't forget to like these lives, guys. Like the lives. Help the channel grow, please. Make sure you guys are subscribed and getting other people to subscribe. I did a ride today. I keep repeating a lot of the things I do because if you guys just jumped in, I did a good ride today. Me and a lot of the guys from, you know what, man, and I'll be honest with you, it's a lot of subscribers that came along with the ride. That's basically what it was. It was like, I would say 80% subscribers. Yeah, when you, and I didn't really blast it. I kind of put it on Instagram a few times. I don't even think I put it on YouTube that I was even having a ride, but I put it out there a couple of times and a lot of people showed up. It wasn't like too cumbersome of too many people, but it was enough to set a good tone for a very first ride. And a lot of guys' first rides don't turn out like that, but I think, you know, this one turned out very, very good. There were no kinks, no real issues. We had a couple of meeting spots. Guys jumped in, and we just took that ride down. I mean, it was a beautiful day for riding. Guys, I'll probably say it was maybe 75, 74, the whole ride. Nice and breezy. Really not a lot of sun, you know. The sun was out, but it was hiding behind a lot of clouds, which made the ride so much better too. The bikes were just chilling. And I probably got home a few minutes ago. My bike is still a little warm. But yeah, I'm going to start going over you guys' comments and questions now. Chime in if you need some help. My man, quick question. All right, from Scott Newton Rides. Scott Newton says, how's the Vulcan chain conversion and do I have it on both bikes? Yes, I do have it on both bikes. But the chain, remember, is an EK chain. I only would rock out with an EK chain, 530 to be exact. But do chain drive if you need it, not because it looks cool, because, you know, it's maintenance that comes with it, and it's kind of noisy sometimes. If you're not on top of it and, you know, maintenance in it, keeping the chain lubed and things like that, you're not going to enjoy it if you hear it slapping, if you feel it chugging. So you got to kind of stay up on that. But if that's the case, you know, yeah, I mean, the shop uses Vulcan. I like it. Nothing's failed me yet. You know what I mean? Big horsepower, not so big horsepower, and they run the same things on both bikes. So, yep, that's it. That's it with that. So, what else we got? Vernon Poe, aka Bolo. What's happening, bro? We got about 35 people in here, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna make sure these lives are here every Sunday. And when you guys have questions, I'm going to help. If you're a YouTuber and you're just starting out or you're thinking about YouTube, ask those questions in here as well. This is like, you ask what you want. Don't think that, you know, it's only got to be related to how to make a bike go fast, or, you know, how to get in, you know, how do you ride like XYZ, or, you know, those types of things. Ask the questions, guys. I tell you as much as I can, as much as I know. We all know that this is my my grudge bike, bipolar. The details on bipolar, if I haven't put it in a video, it's kind of hard for me to give up that information. But a video is coming for bipolar. A video is coming for bipolar. Guys, if you can see in the background, I got some parts coming. Baja Designs, I'm not going to tell you any more about it. I want you guys to kind of wait and see. Baja Designs, and I got another little part right there, straight from Harley. I'm not gonna tell you guys about that either because videos are gonna be coming on both of these. This whole kit and that box right there. That box is gonna be one that you might want to pay attention to. So yes, we took this ride today. It was my first official, all the guys get together. If you watch, if you follow me on Instagram, if you're a subscriber, if you know me and you like to ride and you felt like going to Key Largo today, come one, come all. Family atmosphere. Key Largo is the first key going to the Keys, okay? It's the first key in all the Keys. So it's right there outside of Homestead. I don't know if you guys know much about it, but as soon as you hit the Keys, it's the first one. Very, very good spot. The place was called Gilbert's. Look it up. So if you ever decide to take you a vacation down here, make sure you hit, a lot of those spots in the Keys. So I gave out a lot of shirts today, just showing my appreciation. Oh, we talking about talk. I gave out a bunch of shirts today just to show my appreciation, guys. If I didn't get you a shirt, because I had a small range of shirts, and then I was left with the 3Xs. So I got some 3Xs. I have some other shirts, some more larges, and what was the other popular size? Extra large and large. Those were usually the popular sizes of the day. But I got more shirts. So if you guys bump into me, I'm giving you a shirt, man. I got these shirts that I want to get out to you guys before I start introducing my new shirts. And this is the shirt that was given out today, guys. Yep. So I hope these guys rock it. Anytime they come out to something, rock the shirt. Rock the shirt. Good quality. Somebody already said it. They were like, hey, Mac came out with the big dog shirts, with the good quality shirts. And yes, guys, listen, if I'm wearing a product or something, I want it to be the best that I can possibly have, okay? And if I'm gonna sell it to you guys or give it to you guys, I want it to be the same way. So watch this. So watch this. Have you broken in your gun for deer season? Mike Anderson just asked me that. Now, speaking of Mike Anderson, yes, I did. My hunt is next week. I will be up in Georgia having some fun. Guys, cross your fingers. I get the deer I'm looking for. Listen, if you don't hunt, it's an experience to just go out there and sit to kind of see. Even if you don't squeeze the trigger and you see something that, you could potentially put on a dinner plate, walk across, your line of sight, just do it. Even if it's, just something very basic, a hog hunt or something like that, something, just get out in the woods, enjoy life. But I know most of the guys who probably watch will shoot whatever's out there. So yeah, no, I broke it in. I just took it to the range, sighted it in, put a bunch of rounds through it, make sure everything's good to go. I like it. 6.5 PRC, guys. If you don't know anything about it, go Google it. I was a 308 man for a long time, and I'm a 6.5 man. All right, so what else we got? Kenneth Smith, killer in the chat. What's up? Kenneth Smith. All right. Yeah, I remember. I'm in Michigan. Yeah, I don't forget. I like them lights about to get my 2024. Chauncey Stovall. Yeah, man. Hey, so got something new. The A10 Motorsports has Baja design lights, and the brackets, and everything you need. So I'll be putting that on one of these bikes come next week. Or so. I got my hunting trip. Sorry. So soon, one of these bikes will be getting These aren't all the boxes. These are not. These are just what I left up there. But one of these bikes are gonna get it. I'm sure you guys might be able to lean and know what's going on, but videos coming soon on this bike. I know guys are getting worn out of the videos on my Road King because not everybody has a Road King, but I can guarantee you this. Everybody who I sat with today at the table, and go check my Instagram, you'll see all the people that were there. Their next bike is a Road King. I don't know what it is. I don't know if, you know, just the way they look when you're cruising on them. Everybody's saying the next bike is a Road King. Because I'm like, hey, you guys want to go 24 next year? You know, the new bikes, the 25s? I'm like, nah. Yeah, Road King. And I don't blame them, man. I'm a believer of the Road King. I've taken the longest trips now on the Road King. I think, yeah. First time in the Keys was on the Road King. So, all right, I'm still going. I'm going. Let me see, who else is in here? Who else is in here? It was a good vendor I can use to get a D&D 2-in-1 for my 2024. Tat on twos. Go straight to D&D. That's me. Just go straight to the, because a lot of the times they will give you a discount. Most of the times they will have them in stock, and if they don't have them in stock, they'll be able to point you in the direction of somebody who does. But sometimes they will also try and give you a little discount just for coming straight to them. Okay, so man, I need a Gio said he need a large shirt, bro. I got you. Holding on those 3Xs. Westside 68, I got you, bro. Man, listen, I'm telling you, I got 3Xs. Nobody wore 3X today. The ride today was great. Had a blast with the OfficialMac on the first OfficialMac ride out. Chris Calderon. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And you can vouch that the weather and everything was just perfect today. The Keys were just perfect today. I actually went out there, walked along the dock, looked at the water, man. You got cigarette boats parked. It was just like, you know, a good vibe today, a very, very good vibe today. Good drinks as well, and I'm talking sweet tea. Gordy Smith, what's up, brother? Heard that Tobro Lowrider was ready for some fun today. Javi Toon said that. He absolutely was, because he said to me, he's like, man, I thought I was going to get some action with you today. No, man. No. I just wanted to cruise. But see, they want action with this bike. Well, this is not the bike for me to beat up on that bad. It's my road bike, and I want to keep it as a road bike. Because if I lose a race, I'm going to go and be like, all right, I need to do something else to this bike. So I'm trying to stay away from that with this bike. This bike, this is the one we do all the fun and ratchet things with. All right, what else we got? Mike Anderson, I want to go hog hunting. I have an AR-15 5.56. I need to break it in. Mike Anderson, where you from, man? Because if this is who I think it is, you take a 5.56 hog hunting. Let me get up in the tree first, and then you do whatever you got to do. Because once he turns around, he's looking for the shooter. He ain't looking for me because I'll be in the tree. I'm just saying the 5.56 is kind of a small caliber unless you're just that good of a shot and he's not moving. That's not to get off topic, but yeah, man, you got to be careful. All right, Chris Calderon. Hey, what bike were you on, Chris? Tats on twos, JP. 2025 Road King calling my name. You know what? If they come out with a CVO Road King, I'll sell both these bikes just to get it, man. I would do it in a heartbeat. I'm being honest with you guys. Don't go out and buy yourself a Road King because you have to like how a Road King rides first. You have to know the difference. And if you only have one bike, do not get a Road King because you're going to miss out on all the things that the Road Glide and Street Glide have, aka radio and speakers. The aftermarket is very big for those two bikes too. I mean, it's there for the Road King, just not as crazy for Road Glide, Street Glide. Talent 2 is the show that's dope. We need a medium and large and black. I got you. Let's see. What speedometer are you using on the Road King? The Speedo is the Kozo. Look up Kozo, Koso. I've been meaning to make a video on it, but nobody requested it. They are falling out of love with the Road King. They want more content on the Road Glide. And guess who's gonna give it to them? I got you. Trust me, I got you. Kenneth Smith. All right. I don't see you haven't mentioned anything on your Insta regarding the ride today. I did. Go check it out again. I have been putting it out since last week, and I posted a picture today of all the guys that were there. Okay, Mike Anderson's in Dallas, Texas. So Texas has, I already know, a large hog problem. I'm sure you can find somebody out there. You can pay $100 and go try it out, man. Go try it out. Mac, have you ever tested the 68 millimeter throttle body or the 7 millimeter throttle body? Now that's what I'm guessing you're talking about. What's the gains? It all depends on the setup. Some bikes like bigger throttle bodies, some like a smaller. Remember, you're gonna figure that out in the mid-range. Top end, of course, peak horsepower, you can go big. Depending on the size of the motor, you gotta understand if you're going big, yes, the bigger motors like peak horsepower, drag racing, that's where it's at. But if you go a little smaller, 64, that's great for the mid-range and, you know, the street. How the bikes are tuned, sometimes it's easier to ride a smaller throttle body bike because it's not as chuggy, if that makes sense. Okay. So now if you're like you are just dragging that bike and whacking, you know, wide open throttle, go big. Go big. Now, horsepower difference between the two, you're probably going to notice a little bit. I mean, you're not going to see drastic out of between a 68 and a 70. Now, if I were to put a 64 against a 70, yes, you're going to see a difference, especially if the 64 is choking the bike, just like an exhaust or anything else. It's all set in the combination. What else we got? Now, Bipolar has a 70. Bipolar does have a 70. Now, Bipolar had a 64 before. You got us all wanting Road Kings. Hey, listen, I'll go to the dealership with you. I will go with you. I promise you guys. If you guys go out and say, hey, I'm buying a Road King today, I'll go with you. And we'll sit there and I'll walk around and take videos and pictures and all that stuff because I just like the bike that much. If somebody would have told me, hey, you know, you're eventually gonna, you know, wanna put the Road Glide away and ride the Road King, I wouldn't believe it for a second because I was being abused when I had the Street Glide. And then going from the Street Glide to the Road Glide, it's like, what have I been missing? And now I'm like, okay, what have I been missing with the Road King? Not saying it's any better, just saying it's very, very different. And let your hair blow in the wind with that one. All right, so let's keep going. What else we got? Chris was on the, okay. He was with the slow turbo. Chris. Yeah, man, me and Chris had a few conversations, man. Hey, Chris, I appreciate you coming out, man. It was a little, now one quirk we did have is we had 2 meeting spots, and as I was coming past one meeting spot, guys were supposed to be getting on, and I think communication got a little messed up, so we kind of had to go out and wait, and then the guys caught up, and then we all brought it in together, but hey, it was a good ride, nonetheless. Yeah, we had a fast little turbo bike. It was the lowrider. It was a turbo lowrider S. Nasty little setup on it, looked good. And it doesn't weigh anything, so, and no bags, bike's very skinny. Might as well be on a sport bike in my opinion, but yeah. I'll take it back, just saw the reel. Thanks, next time I'll ride with you. I'm in Weston. Hey, if you're in Weston, come on, man. Come on. I don't know if you've been down there before, but this was the ride to take. I'm not exaggerating this ride. Usually when guys, you know, you get a stack of guys, you might get, let's call it 10 guys, all right? It's like I'm not comfortable with these people, so I don't know how they ride. But in this group ride today, and I'm not gonna exaggerate. Let's call it 20. It was probably a little bit more. Let's call it 20. There was no issue like that. There was no like, I need to be in the middle. I want to be in the front. I want to be in the back. Everybody's just out there and just locking it in. It's usually when you start doing crazy numbers and you don't have a road captain and you don't have a solid person in the back and a solid person in the front. If you don't have that, if you don't have those leadership roles, that's what kind of makes the ride iffy. Trust me when I tell you, I've been in a club before and I know how things go. And I know how you're supposed to ride and stack up and everything like that and stagger out. And sometimes you'll have guys that can't do that. They're too itchy on the throttle to be able to do that. But this particular group, I'd take them anywhere. Like we can do that again with the same group. That's how good the ride was today. I'm not a big group rider, guys. I'll get outside of it because I don't want to be caught up with the brake checkers and all that stuff. Now, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. Which one sounds better to you between the big board baffle and the Vortex? All depends. Okay, depends on the build and depends on what you like. The Vortex, okay. The big board baffle is loud. If you want ear ringing, go that route. I don't. Well, I want it when I want it. I think the big board baffle is just loud all the time. Just my opinion. Ben, what's good, my brother? Prez, Bridgeport, Connecticut, checking in. What's the weather like, man? What's the weather like in Connecticut right now? That's what I want to know. I'm going to Georgia next week, and it's going to be in the 40s. Mind you, I'm in South Florida, not Central Florida, not North Florida. 75 is a great day for us because every other day is 90. I love when it gets the low 70s, when it's only once or twice a year for us. But, you know, I'm going, and I definitely don't know how to dress for that type of weather. But, you know, 40s next week for me. I know that ain't nothing for a lot of you guys. You're like, I still walk around in shorts, but I needed a little change. So yeah, that's it. Let's see. I definitely don't like ear ringing loud. I can't even talk today. Yeah, so you got to be careful. Now, I remember there was a guy I know, board baffle on a stage too, and it was too loud. It was just like, I was talking to a guy today about slip-ons. Okay, he asked me about slip-ons, and I told him, I said they all kind of sound alike at a certain point. You start the bike, you won't know tabs from neighbor haters or anything. It only counts when you get on the throttle, right? When you have a full exhaust system, that's totally different. That's totally different. You'll know there's, you know, a full exhaust here, and you know, you can hear the cam now. You can hear all those other things. So, that being said, get something that once you crack the throttle, that's when you hear it. Not when you're just letting the bike idle, and you know, because you know those guys that, you know, when they pass in the crowd, they blah, 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 blah. Like nobody likes that. No, nobody likes that. We're a little too old for that. So stick with, you know, something that's docile, but when you get on it, that's when it wakes up. That's where the money is spent. And that's why D&D is so sought after too, because they don't have a bad sound, but they're not loud until you want them to be loud. All right, I'm still going, guys. I'm still going. Next. Yeah, man, the group was stacked with pros. Dudes were talking about the riding to Cali. Crazy. Yes, I got a couple buddies that do long distance riding. Now, I'll say this, more power to you. You can't pay me to do it. It's not that, okay, it is. I I get bored with it. I would get bored within the first couple of hours, and then what? I still got to do however many more hours, and then I got to make it back. It's just not my thing. Just like those guys don't drag race, I don't long distance ride. We're always going back and forth with each other with all these guys, but you like certain things, I like certain things. That's the end of it. We all come together with one goal in mind, and that's to be on these bikes, though. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've done that ride. Sliding, never hiding group once. Was good, but way too many folks and guys all over the place. And information. All right, so I'm a little too much for my taste. Yes. Just talking group riding in general, okay? The Killer is testing this week. Hold on, guys, hold on. The Killer is testing this week with a 70 millimeter throttle body, CNC and burn, race pipe, shooting for 205. I'll keep you in the loop. Oh yeah, man, keep me in the loop on that. Like I said, you will peak a few more horsepower. No doubt in my mind. Okay, let me go back. So we're talking group riding again, because I think that's where this live is going. You have to have guys who know how to ride. And usually the guys learn how to ride or learn how to group ride from being in a club. Like I said, I was in a club, and I think I probably had probably like 7 guys that were in the group today that are currently in the club. Matter of fact, we had Rare Breed, we had Black Lions, we had Zero Tolerance, we had come on. Kings of the South. We had somebody from all these different clubs in the group, and that usually helps. A lot of the time, like most of the time, that's going to help. So if you do plan on getting a ride together, especially with you don't know how many people are going to show up, you kind of want to have somebody who can do the traffic control for you. Yeah, makes the ride so much better. But just overall, the group, good people, all good people. Like everybody was like, there was no foolishness. Okay, and then when we get there, we stay about an hour. We did what we had to do. Boom, and we're out of there. we don't need to sit down and be there too long, because it's Sunday. Everybody has family to get back to. And that's the kind of ride I'm looking for. Listen, 3-4 hours, and we're back home. Let me see. It says, Kenneth, you keep talking about horsepower when Chip will appear. And you ain't lying, because Chip is one of those guys, man. He gonna knock on your door. Anyone want to ride to Milwaukee Harley Homecoming? Now, I won't ride, but I want to go. I've done everything else for the last 2 years, and it's time for me to give some of these things a break and do something new. Harley Homecoming might be one of those things. I got to figure out how I can do it, because I want my bikes to be there. Guys, I'm just not a long distance rider. Listen, it takes 5-6 hours to get out of Florida. That's 2 states, a lot of places. So, yep, that's that. Kenneth Smith is out there fishing. Okay, thanks for the info on D&D. No problem, my brother. Sturgis 2025, we coming. Good idea. Let's put it together. Gio, we need to really put some things together. I know you would like to ride that far, but I can't. So, no. Don't trailer, man. You don't own a trailer queen. I do, though. That's definitely gonna be a trailer queen. That's definitely gonna be a trailer queen. Yeah, we got a trailer. That's crazy if you don't. I want to enjoy it. I really want to enjoy it. You know what, guys? I almost had a trailer vehicle, not a trailer vehicle, a trailing vehicle come today. A lot of the times, the ride just wasn't long enough, though. But a lot of times, a long ride, you need a trailing vehicle. I keep messing that up. You never know. You just never know what can happen, man. And there's some people that don't ride but want to be everywhere, and they like to drive. That's the ticket. That is the ticket. I know people who have friends like that who will go with them, you know, with the group and just like to just drive behind the group. Can't beat that. Can't beat it with a bat. My slip-on is a sweet swap spot. Tab, 50 cal, zombie baffles, louver baffle. When cracked wide open, also having a stream, HD snorkel. I'm thinking of adding a cam. Please add a cam. Everything comes together when you add a cam. Whatever sound it makes now, whatever sound you're getting out of it, just double it. Yes, just double it, because when you crack it, that's where that pop on the end is gonna come out. Just searching my just hearing Sturgis. Yeah, I'm really thinking about doing that Sturgis. I'm really thinking about doing Milwaukee. I gotta plan out 2025. See, kind of like where is gonna be easy for me to get to in the least amount of time. How I can plan all that stuff out. But those events I will be trying to take. The Road King has proven itself yet again today when we did the Key Largo ride. Man, that's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours. She's my new road bike. It's official. Like, there's no other bike that I feel like I can go out and get and say, hey, I want to take a ride that far, because they're not gonna do what this bike did today. This bike had me sitting back, just chilling, just doing my thing, and the ride was over like that. The ride was over like that, and horsepower makes it even more fun too. So, yeah. Put these bikes on an auto train to DC. There you go. Okay, Ben, you just hit the nail on the head. Take the bikes and put them on the train. You also are on the train. You ride. Then, hold on, let me see. And then you unload basically when you're there. Why not do that? And I know a couple of guys who have done it, and I just forgot about it. Thanks for reminding me. They did the same thing, and I think they still do it. Older guys, though, you know, just to avoid all the madness, trying to get somebody to trailer your bike, and it's just so boring. When you can get on the train, sit back, relax. It's probably like a 2-day ride, something like that. Gio, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. What a good idea, man. What a good idea. I say sick week of Harley, Florida, Georgia. Yeah. Yep. Florida has the weather. It's kind of hard for me to say, oh, I want to leave Florida to go, you know, ride somewhere else when I know it's freezing cold everywhere else right now. So, yeah. What else we got, guys? What else we got? I got 15 minutes for you guys. Live is doing like. If your friends do not know about the channel, please push them in the direction of this channel. Make sure they subscribe. Make sure they like. When we did the Key Largo ride today, I gave out a bunch of shirts. If I ever catch guys out, and especially, you know, hanging out with the groups, if I have shirts, you will get one. The problem was I ran out of sizes, man. I got like 3X's left. So, guys, if you, you know, happen to show up, come out. My next few rides are going to be, I think I'm going to do another Key West run. And then I'm really going to be starting on my Harley Davidson, I'm going to call it the Harley Tour. Watch somebody copy off me. God. The Harley Tour is going to start soon. We have finally caught good weather, like cooler weather, not that hot, sticky, and not rain. So the Harley Tour is about to start, guys. What else we got? All it takes is a few good guys to help you put things together, man, and you can make anything happen. So, guys, everybody who's watching right now, be prepared to go out and get yourself a Road King for 2025. Now, we're still waiting on the CVOs, the STs, to see what colors they bring. Now we're just so spoiled that we're looking at colors before anything else now. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, you know, is this bike gonna do this? Is it gonna do that? We don't care. We just wanted it to look good. So, yep, that's what I'm waiting on, guys. Hopefully, they don't come out with a CVO Road King, because I'm gonna be up SHIT Creek with this one, because I'm going to want it. I want to see eventually, and I almost, you know what, guys, to be honest with you, I had a chance to buy an older CVO Road King. I'm sorry. I'm just picturing the bike. The orange, remember the orange color that they had? I think that's 13 or 14. I think they somewhere around in there. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I was thinking about doing it, but if they come out with another one, this might be up for sale. Yeah, come get it. Come get it. This might be up for sale. Come get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I did. All right. All right, so let's see what else we got. I went to sliding bike night the other night, and it was all American shirts everywhere. Good deal, man. You know what? Support the brands. Support the brands, guys. Support the brands. Mike, it's Paul from Canada. I wanted to say thank you for doing that CVO ST video. I asked you to do, my brother. I appreciate it a lot. Hey, you ask, and if I can, and if it's in my power to make it happen, I can make it happen. The next one I want to do is just the regular 117 with a cam. Guys, behind closed doors, we race these bikes. Even if they're stock, we want to see, like, all right, what's the next step with these bikes? Man, if you remember, I've told you guys that a stage 2, a good stage 2 and a CVO ST will outrun your normal 128s, because your 124s. I don't know about your 131s. Definitely, I don't think it'll outrun your one. I know it won't outrun your 130s, but the older one, you know, 150, 150 horsepower, 145 horsepower, 150 foot-pound of torque, 145 foot-pound of torque, that range, that built motor with heads, everything done to it, cannot beat a stage 2 CVO ST 121, okay? Can't do it. I don't think it'll be able to beat a CVO with the VVT either. Well, matter of fact, I know it can't because they're the same, but we just got to make sure the VVT numbers are around the same, because we haven't done one yet with the VVT and see how much horsepower it made. But I want to see what the 117s are going to make, and I'm going to guess there's only going to be about 5 horsepower in difference. 5 horsepower, probably 5 foot-pound of torque as well. Let's see, what else we got? Yes, the 2013. Yes, but beautiful bike, man. It still looks like these. Beautiful bike. I'm in South Florida. Rick Baker, I'm in South Florida. Let me know if you pass by. Would love to ride. Southwest Florida. What part? What part of Southwest Florida? Like I said, we're going to be doing the Harley tour. I like saying it, man. The Harley tour. You know, it's like we going on tour. Yeah, so the Harley tour is going to start soon. I'm going to narrow down some dates. I'm going to be checking weather. That's another thing. I checked the weather all this week to make sure this ride was good. And I could have swore we were going to run in the rain. But the motorcycle guy said no rain, and looked a little cloudy up there. Nothing. We sat, we stopped. We stopped a few times at a few gas stations, like the service plaza, just to, you know, stretch our legs and talk shit, but nothing. No rain, no bad weather, no nothing. What else we got? You can sell plenty of room in the garage. Don't say it, man. Don't say it. Because that bike could sit right here, right? It could sit like right there. We got to hit that Orange County Choppers Harley and Museum. Absolutely. Let's put that first on the list. Let's put it first on the list. How about that? If you get with me and we can make it happen in the next few weeks, even though it's hunting season, I can squeeze that in and we can make that ride. That's how much I like to ride this bike. What else we got? What else we got? Black and white, that's the CVOST. Put it all on a Road King Engineering, bring it back as a race bike, and it's in demand. If they do anything close to that, man, whew, I'm going broke. Northport, okay. Officially the Mac. No name, what's happening? But yeah, guys, good times today. 8:50. We got 10 more minutes, guys. Very comfortable. I'm really getting a chance to kind of stretch the legs on the Road King. The ride today with the guys today was awesome. Guys that don't know each other, that I know everybody kind of like individually, and I felt like it was just going to be a good mesh of people anyway. That's another good thing. So I'm going to hope and make sure that those guys show up again for whatever ride we're going to do, because I think they made it happen. I think they made it with what it was today. There was traffic on US 1, so you guys gotta understand, when you hit the Keys, there's a long road, US 1. It runs all the way down to the bottom of the Keys. And there was an accident. And that accident was gonna cause for us to be stopped for an hour. We avoided it, okay? And I mean, like, that group we were able to avoid it and still enjoy ourselves. Most people wouldn't be able to avoid that. I'm gonna leave it there. All right, you by Sarasota? Okay. Sarasota. Thinking. I don't know what's out there. I don't know if there's a Harley out there. But yeah. If you were at the ride today, please chime in. I want to make sure you guys are able to vouch for what I'm saying, guys. I always tell you, I'm probably the most honest and truthful YouTuber you're going to find. I don't do half-ass things when it comes to anything I do, especially related to something on two wheels. The people I hang around and the people I endorse for you guys with parts and different things like that. So I want you guys to give me feedback once you kind of like see for yourself that I wasn't BSing you. I don't know everything. I will ask people and have them teach me so I can teach you. It happens all the time. I don't wrench on these bikes much. I mean, I can do little things here and there, but when it requires some oil to be moved around, I got to remove a bolt and there's oil behind it, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? That's not my lane. Anything else I can probably do, but that's just the way it is. Kenneth Smith, man, I see you, brother. I'll see you next Sunday. How about that? Let me know if that bike makes 205, man. Let me know. Yes, Gio, we definitely got to do it again. I can't remember what it's called, but it's called something Lobster. It was just south of Gilbert's. I think that's the next one we're going to try. I'm hearing good things about these places, so I definitely want to go try that. Kelly B had a serious ride with the fellas and ladies. A serious ride. Okay. I don't know what it means. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Like, you had a video? Well, he said Kelly B. I'm guessing he said Kelly B. Glide had a serious ride with the fellas and ladies. I don't know what it means. All right, moving right along. I'll wait till you comment back. Can I read the comment? Okay, so Ben just said, after I read that, from No Name, no disrespect to you, I don't know you, I'm glad you're here watching. And then he said, Ben said, you're a preloader, right? Don't do him like that, Ben. So what I get from the preloaders are, it's just I don't even know. I don't even know. Slow riders, ones that like to do circles. I don't know, man. I'm gonna leave that alone because you know how it goes. As soon as I say the wrong thing, They come in swinging. The guys that are lurking on the lives. There's only 36 people in here. But they'll come in and start swinging, and I don't have time for it today. Not today, man. They already butt hurt from the last time I brought it up. But hey, there's still Daytona Bike Week coming. It's in March. It'll be here before you know it, guys. Just to reiterate on that, yeah, the ones that like to do the circles. Yeah, I do U-turns. I don't really do the circles. But anyways, March 6th through the 8th, I'm going to start prepping and putting things together for that that event, because I want you guys to come down, meet George, go to All-American-Cycles, kind of see what the atmosphere is, and if you're going to get some work done, come March, early March, first week. So you can go right to Daytona and enjoy your bike. There's nothing like having a brand new build and now you can show it off. Nothing like it. It's like having an early Christmas gift. Like, that's something that's gonna be in your memory forever. And at the rate we're going, he gets things done so quick, and it's just perfect timing, guys. And I promise you, it's gonna happen again this year. If you go back in my older videos, you'll see that all the guys came to get all the work done, the tuning, all these different things. And George was slammed, but he made time for everybody. He stays late. He makes it happen for everybody, and you can't ask for much more than that. I don't know any other shop that would even do it for you, because I understand it's a business, but at the same time, some guys take it so serious that, no, my door's closed at such and such time, I can't help you after that. And then now you guys are stuck with an extra day in a hotel, or you're missing a day of your trip or something like that. No, man, he prioritizes you. If something happens, he makes sure he can get you on your way. On White Street Glide, I would ride with you guys any day. White Street Glide. Hey, tell him again, man. And he parked right next to me, and he has a All-American bike too, man. Sounded good. A very clean Street Glide, man. Very clean bike. And it was a good ride. I'm telling you, none of these guys know each other. If they didn't come with you, you don't know them. So imagine it's just you two, maybe you two know each other, and he's on his own, and then just everybody just got along, had a good ride. We all sat together. It was like it was all meant to be, because they opened up one big area for us, man. Imagine 30 people sitting in one area, and they treated us real good down there. Might have missed it, Mac, but did you go do the vid on George 24-117 with his cam? Road Glide Freak 28. I'm gonna have that coming. So if those bikes don't come in the shop, I can't really get that kind of content, because sometimes these guys don't like to share their information. But I haven't done a video on it yet, so you haven't missed anything. But I will be sure to try to get you one of those videos. I will definitely, because I want to see myself. Now, I said that it's probably only going to be 5 horsepower difference. So I'm hoping I'm right. I'm hoping I'm close, because like I said, guys, I'm thinking about getting another bike. I'm really thinking about getting another bike. I just don't feel like I can part ways with either one of these bikes. But I've seen a lot of guys' bikes just get bought. Like all of a sudden, bike's gone. Like, where did it go? And they move on to something else. But my bikes are like it took time. It took a lot of patience and a lot of things and a lot of man hours to build something like this, to give you everything you want. Something like that to give you pretty much everything you want. Touch 556, what's happening, bro? Check Mac's page. Yes. So guys, go on my Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, create one. If it's for anything, if it's just for motorcycle purposes only, go create one. You aren't gonna miss out on as much as you guys probably miss out on if you're just looking for YouTube content. And plus, you can see everybody else's Instagram stuff if you want to go look at All American, you know, those types of things. You're more up to speed. So go and create yourself an Instagram and subscribe, follow. That's what it's called on Instagram. Followers on Instagram, subscribers on YouTube. Okay. I need to bring mine to him. Bring it. You bring your bike. You bring your bike down. If you want to get a stage 2, whatever you're getting done, especially on the new bikes, I will do a video. We will, you know, figure things out. We will get it done. And, you know, if you don't mind, we'll reveal that horsepower. At this point, guys, the horsepower on those bikes doesn't matter because everything else works together just so well. We're looking at 140 horsepower bikes kicking ass against 150, 160 horsepower bikes. That's saying something. That's saying that Harley did something right. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but they did something right, and it really helps, you know, a lot of younger guys, man. A lot of younger guys want something like that. They want something to be competitive at, and boom, there you go. Tad on twos, I did do one, but remember it was on the CVO ST, the 121 motor, not the 117. OfficialMac, bro, can you spill the thoughts on the Burns NHB pipe? I'm building an SNS 136 big bore. I'm also contemplating the HPI exhaust. Trevin Jackson. My opinion, okay? You're building a 136. It's going to be a decent size motor with some decent compression. I need to know what kind of riding you're going to be doing. That's first and foremost. I need to know what kind of riding you're going to be doing. Touch 556 was at the ride, and he said it was a great ride today. Sucked that it was traffic at the end, but we pushed through it. We definitely pushed through it. That was an hour wait. That probably took us 10 minutes. Not going to go into any details on that. But a 136, that kind of compression can go either way. It just depends on what kind of riding you're doing, man. You got to tell me that part. How much power did George get out of his 23.5 CVO 121? Remember, he did like 166 after the motor was built, 166, and I think about the same on the torque side, 160. All right, it says traveling tall for your traveling tall for your Burns needs. Trevin Jackson. All right, don't take any of this the wrong way, okay? It's just what I've seen, what I've observed, and what I want to give to you. So a Burns pipe on a highway bike, as in if you want to go get miles, something like not a race bike. You know, it's just not a race bike. Then I would not go with a Burns pipe. I have nothing against Burns, so guys don't get that twisted. I would not get a Burns pipe because you're losing mid-range. If you're going to be a highway bully, you want to be able to touch the throttle wherever. Skedaddle. You know, you want to, I don't care what the RPMs are. As soon as I touch the throttle, my bike is accelerating. This roadglide accelerates, Road King accelerates hard. You want a long pipe. No diddy, pause. You want a long exhaust. A longer exhaust gives you more mid-range. Does better across the whole dyno graph. A Burns is just going to hit the peak horsepower a little higher than most of your shorter exhausts. Now, if you're saying you're going with a long, I gotta watch it, guys. The full length Burns, that's something different. I don't know too much about it. I feel like you can get a lot of other exhausts for half the cost that are gonna get you what you need. Ask more questions. I can go into further details. Man, that's an expensive. Yeah, it's an expensive pipe. It's an expensive exhaust. Okay, it's an expensive exhaust. For what I think you can get out of something else. I mean, if I'm gonna run a Burns exhaust, I'm gonna be a little bit bigger than a 136 as well. I'm gonna have probably a little bit more compression than what you're gonna get out of that 136 for a street bike, a highway bike. And now, when people come to me and they ask for my opinion, they usually like to argue with something they wanted the advice on, right? So if you don't want my advice, don't ask. Because all I'm doing now is just making you second guess what you like over what you need or what is going to work for you. The Burns is going to work. We're not doubting it's going to work, but is it going to work as good as another exhaust for the things you needed to do? I don't really think so. I'm being honest. I don't really think so. I see a lot of the guys running their Burns exhaust, and 90% of the times they're drag racers. They're racers. They might get out on the highway and cruise the bikes, but they're not pushing people out of the way with those bikes. They're just, and the tune doesn't really like to be highway ridden. Those tunes are a lot more for wide open throttle. That's where you see the best out of the Burns pipe. So when they tune it, that's how they're rocking. Somebody just called me, guys. Threw off my whole train of thought. Ask more questions. I give you more answers. Mac, I do have a question. What do you think about the plastic oil pan? I'm trying to get rid of the plastic intake on my roadglide. The plastic oil pan, until they come out with something else, you'll be fine. Now, what year is I'm guessing you have, okay, you got to have the 24. The intake, I would say definitely go T-Man, go something a little bit better than those plastic elbows. If you're saying you have the stock one on there now. But at the end of the day, are you going for looks? Are you going for horsepower? This is not the prettiest exhaust, but it is a pretty exhaust. This is not the prettiest air cleaner, but it has a nice build quality and it works. Yes, I would much rather run something that looks and is a little smaller and doesn't poke my leg out and all those different things, yes. But we don't have that, and we figured that this works the best for our application. No, Mac, I have a 2020. For the new bikes, if that's what you're saying, yes, then I guess I'm answering you correctly. But guys, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I'm a little over my time. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anybody's comments, questions. Trevor Jackson, Highway Bully for okay. So I hope that helped you out, Trevin Jackson. I hope that helped you out with the exhaust question, because I do know those exhausts are like $2,500 and up when you can go and get, an HPI. You can get a Thunder. For the 136, you might be able to get away with the D&D. I wouldn't do too much of anything else. I wouldn't go Bassani or anything like that. I'd kind of try to keep it there. See what's recommended for your application. If it's a high compression, now we're talking something a little bit different, and you got to be careful if you're trying to ride something that's very high compression and, put big miles on it. All right. So, guys, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you for watching, joining, and subscribing as usual. Get your friends to like these videos. If you haven't liked this live already, go ahead and smash the like button. It always helps me out. It makes me come back and do more. Let's try to get more people on here every week. But guys, until the next time, peace.